Hi, welcome back to Sacred Season Healing. If you're new here, my name is Marjorie, and each day we come together to explore the messages Spirit has for the collective through tarot. Chakra healing is another that we focus on, and also self-reflection. My hope is that these readings offer guidance and healing and practical tools that help you reconnect with yourself on a deeper level. These readings are timeless, so whenever this message finds you is exactly when you're meant to hear it. Take what resonates with your journey and simply leave the rest, okay? Today we're going to focus on the heart chakra, the center of love, compassion, forgiveness, emotional balance, and our ability to both give and receive love. When our heart chakra is in balance, we tend to feel connected, open, peaceful, and emotionally secure. When it's blocked, we may notice fear of vulnerability, difficulty trusting, or holding on to past hurts, resentment, grief, or even feeling disconnected from ourselves or others. For today's reading, we're going to build this message together one step at a time. I'll begin by asking Spirit 3 questions to understand the current energy surrounding the heart chakra. Then we'll pause, we'll look at the story the cards are already telling us, and see what themes are beginning to emerge before we move into the reading, or deeper into the reading, I should say. Okay, so let's see what Spirit wants us to know. The first question we'll ask is, what is the primary blockage within the heart chakra that the collective is being called to heal at this time? You might want to take a few deep breaths, invite Spirit into the reading, and to show you any messages that you may need to hear at this time. Okay, so Spirit, please show us the primary blockage within the heart chakra that the collective is being called to heal at this time. Thank you, Spirit. Please show us the primary blockage within the heart chakra, Spirit. Thank you. Okay. Quite a bit just came out, but I think I'm gonna put those back in there because there was a big chunk of cards, so. Okay. Please show us the primary blockage within the heart chakra, Spirit. Thank you. Is there anything else? Nope. Okay. So what came out is the moon. I'd also like to ask Spirit what the deeper root cause or lesson behind this blockage is. Thank you, Spirit. We have the 4 of Cups and the World card. We'll see if there's anything else. Anything else, Spirit, about the deeper root cause or lesson behind this blockage? Okay, and lastly, I would like to ask Spirit, how is this heart chakra imbalance currently showing up in the collective's life, relationships, or emotional well-being? How is this heart chakra imbalance currently showing up in the collective's life, relationships, or emotional well-being? Thank you. Is there anything else, Spirit? Okay, so 2 cards came out. three cards. We have the Six of Wands, the Five of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so now let's take a look at the message that Spirit is relaying to us all right here. Okay, so looking at the cards that came out, I think there's one central theme that I notice, and it is that the heart has accepted that something is over intellectually, but it hasn't completely processed it emotionally. So with the moon here as the blockage, it isn't just hidden emotions, okay? It's also emotional uncertainty. Some of you may not even fully understand what you're feeling. You may think you're healed because life has moved on, but every now and then those emotions rise back to the surface. The heart chakra can become blocked when feelings are pushed down instead of lovingly acknowledged, okay? And then with the Four of Cups in the world as the cause of the block, okay? The world says a cycle has completed. Spirit isn't questioning that. The chapter really is over, okay? But the Four of Cups says the heart hasn't quite accepted what that ending means. There may be disappointment over how it ended, or grief over what could have been, or difficulty seeing the new opportunities because attention is still on what was lost, okay? They're not, it's basically saying, you know, that you're not necessarily struggling to let go of the person or situation anymore, but maybe struggling to let go of the expectations you had for how it was supposed to turn out. Okay, that's a very heart chakra message, really. And then the third question we asked, how is this showing up in the collective's lives? We start with the Six of Wands, and that can absolutely be read as putting on a brave face. Traditionally, it's confidence and recognition, but intuitively here, it almost feels like, I'm okay, I've got this, I'm moving forward, okay? Meanwhile, underneath, we have the Five of Cups, okay? And the Five of Cups says there's still grief that hasn't been completely honored. And then the Seven of Pentacles feels less like deciding whether to invest again and more like repeatedly evaluating the past, you know, that mental looping. It's almost asking, did I make the right choice? Should I have waited longer? Could I have done something differently? Or was everything I invested wasted? That's kind of might be some of the questions that keep running through your mind. So the heart keeps reviewing what has already been planted instead of fully planting something new, okay? So basically the progression here is that with the moon, hidden or unprocessed emotions are creating the blockage. And then with the Four of Cups in the world, these emotions stem from disappointment surrounding a chapter that has already ended. And then the Six of Wands, Five of Cups, and Seven of Pentacles says the collective appears to be moving forward, but privately they're still grieving and mentally revisiting the investment that they made in the past. Okay? So again, the heart may have closed the chapter, but it keeps rereading the final pages of what happened. Okay? Also, something to note, the world does appear before the Five of Cups. So to me, that suggests that the ending itself isn't the problem anymore. What's keeping the heart chakra from fully opening is the emotional processing that comes after the ending. Okay? That's an encouraging message because it means that this isn't about going backward. It's about allowing the heart to catch up with what the soul already knows. Okay? And I think that's a gentle, hopeful foundation to lead into our next 3 questions that we're going to ask Spirit, okay? But before we continue into the healing portion of today's reading, I'd like to invite you to take a moment to reflect on your own journey. Ask yourself, what chapter in my life has already ended, but my heart may still be processing emotionally? Am I allowing myself to truly feel my emotions, or have I been putting on a brave face while carrying grief beneath the surface? And where do I find myself replaying the past or wondering what if, instead of fully embracing the chapter that's unfolding now? Okay? If you enjoy journaling, I'll give you a few prompts that you can explore later today. You know, you might want to jot them down or save this video and revisit it when you're ready to possibly meditate on these questions and journal about them. So here they go. Here it goes. What expectations am I ready to release so my heart can find peace? What emotions have I been avoiding because they're uncomfortable to feel? And what has this ending taught me about myself, and how has it helped me grow? And the last one, what new possibilities might my heart finally be ready to receive? Okay, so before we move on, if this message is resonating with you and you feel called to support the channel, I'd truly appreciate it if you would like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who may need this message today. Okay, every interaction helps these readings reach others who may be on their own healing journey, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Okay, so now let's see what Spirit wants us to know about how we can begin opening and healing this heart chakra. Okay, so let's ask 3 more questions. Okay, Spirit, what healing energy, perspective, or truth will begin opening the heart chakra? Please show us for the collective, Spirit. Thank you. What healing energy, perspective, or truth? Thank you, Spirit. We have the Hierophant. Okay, anything else? What healing energy, perspective, or truth will begin opening the heart chakra? Is there anything else, Spirit? Okay, and we have the Sun. Oh, and the Emperor. Very nice. Okay, the Hierophant, the Sun, and the Emperor. Okay, next I'd like to ask Spirit, what practical step or action can the collective take to support this healing? Spirit, what practical step or action can the collective take to support this healing? Thank you. Practical step or action can the collective take to support this healing? Okay, let's give it a couple shuffles. Okay, Spirit, what practical step or action can the collective take to support this healing? Well, it kind of wanted to come out. I'm telling you, these cards do not want to shuffle. Very good. Well, they're sticking together. I'm not sure where you're at, but gosh, it is so hot where I'm at. Like 100 degrees today, and I have to wait till the evenings and the sun cools, you know, moves over the top of the house so that I can record. Otherwise it's just unbearable, you know, but it's still extremely hot. So let's see, what practical step or action, Spirit, can the collective take to support this healing? Thank you. Please show us clearly. Thank you. Excuse me. Okay. Spirit, please show us what practical step or action the collective can take to support this healing. Thank you, Spirit. 9 of Pentacles. Is there anything else? Okay. Last question. If this guidance is embraced, what transformation is possible for the heart chakra and the collective moving forward? What transformation is possible for the heart chakra and the collective moving forward? Please show us clearly. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Spirit, if this guidance is embraced, what transformation is possible for the heart chakra and the collective moving forward? Thank you. The King of Swords. Is there anything else, Spirit? The Magician and the 3 of Swords. Anything else? Okay. So now let's take a look at the cards that came out. Okay, so looking at the cards again, I believe that healing begins with the Hierophant, the Sun, and the Emperor here. And just looking at the whole table now of what came out, it's like the healing isn't about getting the old relationship back. It's about becoming the version of yourself that naturally chooses healthier relationships going forward. Okay? But looking at this first part here, the Hierophant, the Sun, and the Emperor, the Hierophant asks the collective to become very clear about their values, what kind of relationship truly aligns with your heart, what standards are no longer negotiable to you. Okay? And then the Sun brings clarity. After moving through the uncertainty of the moon at the beginning of the reading, it's almost as if the clouds begin to part. And so maybe you start seeing the situation and yourselves with greater honesty and optimism, you know? And then finally, the Emperor reminds us that we can reclaim our personal power, okay? Rather than chasing love or settling for less than you deserve, you're encouraged to create stability within yourself and choose relationships that reflect the respect, the consistency, and the commitment that you're truly seeking, okay? So again, I mean, I think between the moon and the sun, the moon is confusion, hidden emotions, uncertainty, but it moves into the sun, this reading does. So it's showing you, again, a healing arc, okay? And the sun is all about clarity, truth, and confidence, okay? So I think Spirit is literally showing the movement from emotional confusion into emotional clarity, okay? Then the steps that we can take, okay, in healing. Oh, look at that. I didn't realize the 8 of Cups was under there, okay? So the 9 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups came out. So let's start with the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles, to me, says create a life that already feels full, okay? It doesn't say you'll always be alone. It says become someone who knows they are already whole, okay? So when someone reaches that energy, the 8 of Cups becomes easier, okay? 8 of Cups is all about walking away, you know? And so once you create that life, that you so desire, it just becomes easier to walk away from anything that no longer serves you, right? Or no longer feels like you're losing something. It becomes much easier to walk away then, okay, is what I'm trying to say here. So it feels like honoring yourself, and I think that's a really important distinction here, okay? So you're not walking away because you failed. Please remember that. You're walking away because you finally recognize that you deserve emotional fulfillment, okay? Then the transformation here of what, if we do take this advice, what could play out in our lives from it is the King of Swords, the Magician, and the Three of Swords, okay? So the King of Swords isn't closing off your heart. It's just that he's leading with wisdom instead of wounds, okay? And that's a huge difference, right? And the Three of Swords, it hasn't disappeared from the reading. Heartbreak is still acknowledged, but it no longer has the final say, okay? Instead, the Magician here that sits between the two, the King of Swords and the Three of Swords, it's almost like a bridge of how to get there, okay? So to me, that says you now have everything you need to transform the pain, okay, into wisdom, all right? And so the heartbreak then becomes part of your foundation instead of your identity. And I also love the fact that, you know, Spirit is basically showing us, don't close your heart. Just strengthen your discernment, okay? So take the lessons that you learned and make sure that you apply them when, you know, making a decision moving forward, okay? And that to me is pretty much the entire message here today. The goal isn't to become guarded, the goal is to become wiser, okay? So when you step back and look at all of the questions we ask Spirit, it's beautiful, and it's a beautiful progression, okay? The moon reveals hidden emotions that still need to be acknowledged. The Four of Cups in the world show that the pain comes from grieving a chapter that has already ended. The Six of Wands, Five of Cups, and Seven of Pentacles reveals someone who appears to be moving forward, but still revisits the past emotionally, okay? Probably mentally as well. And then the Hierophant, the Sun, and Emperor, it encourages us to redefine what healthy love truly looks like and reclaim our sense of self-worth, okay? Then we move into the Nine of Pentacles and Eight of Cups, which reminds us that emotional fulfillment begins by creating a life that you love and having the courage to leave behind what no longer aligns with you, okay? And then finally, the King of Swords, Magician, and the Three of Swords shows that the ultimate healing isn't avoiding love, it's carrying the wisdom from past heartbreak into future relationships so you can choose differently. We can choose differently, okay? All right. So your heart isn't being asked to become harder, it's being asked to become wiser, okay? All right. So, let's see. Let's move into now. Yeah, I think we're ready to move into some tools that you may want to use on your healing journey, okay? So just remember, today's message reminds us that healing the heart isn't about pretending we're over the past or forcing ourselves to move on before we're ready. It's about honoring our emotions, allowing ourselves to grieve what has ended, and then choosing to move forward with greater wisdom instead of greater fear, okay? Spirit reminds us that energy, where'd that come from? That every experience has taught us something valuable, okay? So as we reconnect with our own worth, we become clear about the kind of love that truly aligns with our values, and we trust ourselves again to make healthier choices, and our heart begins to open naturally then. Okay, so let's look at a few tools now. If you need to pause the video, I'll begin with some affirmations. Then I'll move into some sound healing, if you like to listen to sound healing music. Then some body movements that you can try to open up the heart chakra, essential oils you might like, and crystals, okay? All right, so the first affirmation is, I release the past with love and gratitude. My heart is open to giving and receiving healthy love. I trust myself to choose relationships that honor my worth. I forgive what I cannot change and embrace what lies ahead. My heart grows stronger through love, wisdom, and compassion. Okay, some sound healing. You might want to spend a few minutes listening to 639 hertz. This frequency is commonly associated with the heart chakra. And as you listen, imagine a soft green light expanding from the center of your chest, just gently dissolving any heaviness and replacing it with peace, compassion, and unconditional love. Okay? So body movements you might want to try. It's heart-opening yoga poses. So it's cobra pose, camel pose, bridge pose, or supported fish pose. Excuse me. So even taking a mindful walk outdoors while focusing on deep, steady breaths can help release emotional tension that you're holding in your heart space, okay? Some essential oils that you might want to either sniff out of the bottle when you're meditating, put a little on your wrist, put it in a essential oil diffuser, are rose, geranium, jasmine, bergamot, and lavender. Then crystals, rose quartz, green aventurine, Aventurine, rhodonite, emerald, and green jade. Okay, you can hold one during meditation. Keep it nearby as a reminder to lead both with love and wisdom. Okay, so in closing, I hope today's reading brought you clarity, encouragement, and a reminder that your heart is never meant to stay closed after disappointment. Healing doesn't mean forgetting the past. It means allowing the lessons to shape you without allowing the pain to redefine you. Okay? Or define you. So, if today's reading resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't already, please consider liking this video and subscribing to join us for our daily chakra healing readings. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Until next time, be gentle with yourself, trust your journey, and remember that every season of healing is leading you closer to the life and love that's truly meant for you. Okay? Take care, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.